What's up, guys? Eva here with Digital Agency Success, and this is Marketing Agency Mastery TV. And on this video, I wanted to share a personal story slash how-to type of video with you. I wanted to share with you how you can actually start your marketing agency today with $0. Now, this is not an exaggeration. I'm not trying to do this as clickbait. You can actually start a marketing agency today with no money. Yes, it is totally possible. Now, as a disclaimer, when I started my agency, I was laid off and broke. I had just been laid off, and I had a daughter and bills. I knew that I needed to do something about it, but I was done. I was done playing a role in what I like to call modern slavery today. So I was fed up with the model of having someone tell me what time to be at work and when to do my job and how to do my job and how long my lunch break should be and what should I wear to work. So, being laid off was almost like a wake up call to me, and I used that as my momentum and kind of what I needed, the kick in the ass to get me going. Starting my own business had been something that I'd wanted to do for a very long time, and I had always played with all sorts of ideas. And, towards the end of my corporate career, I was involved in marketing, and I really did enjoy it a lot. So one thing I will tell you, when I started my marketing agency, I did not have a lot of experience. I had maybe 3 years under my belt working for an actual company, and it wasn't a marketing agency. I was working as a marketing pretty much coordinator for a small business. So it wasn't that I had this great experience working as an account manager for a big marketing agency. No, guys, I started my company knowing the basics. What I did have was an understanding of my niche, and I was able to use that to not only position myself, but also position my clients successfully in all of the marketing that we did. I will say that I did invest about $120 into my business. I did start my business like 5 years ago. I wanted to have a website, and I registered an actual business name and all of that stuff. You today in 2018, almost 2019, amazingly enough, you do not need a website. I see many people out there making loads of money without even having a website. Now, I will say this: you do need a home base. One thing that I always like to warn people about is that the only real estate you own online, the only digital real estate you own is your website, your domain, your hub. So at some point or another, you do want to have a website, so that if, God forbid, LinkedIn changes their algorithm, Facebook changes their algorithm, any of these different apps change your algorithms, or God forbid they go down one day, you're not literally having all your eggs in that one basket. So here's what I did. I registered my business with sunbiz.org. That's our local Florida, agency that manages or handles those things. I bought a domain. I created a professional email just simply because I don't see how you can communicate with another business owner about your services and try to sell them into doing something without a professional email. And I built a crappy website. I actually tried to find it for you guys on the Wayback Machine, and for whatever reason, it's not even showing up. So who knows what the heck was wrong with my website? It doesn't even come up on that site. Anyway, here's really what you would want in terms of, or what you would need in terms of getting your business up and running. What are the services? Because in all honesty, the most overwhelming part for me as I started my agency was figuring out how all the moving parts fit together. I wasn't sure what I needed, when I needed it, and how I needed it. And I didn't have any type of support or guidance to kind of help me and understand what all of these different components meant. And that's actually one of the things that I do for my clients today. I go in and I do what I like to call marketing forensics, a technology assessment, to see all of the technologies that they're using and all of the platforms that they're using, and finding out what they're missing and where there is what I like to call, redundancy. Sometimes you want redundancy in systems, and then there's times when you have programs and technology redundancy where one system is actually being underutilized where the other one is overutilized, and really you just kind of combine one of them into just one seamless solution. If you can either find an alternative or better understand that platform, you can get rid of that other unnecessary platform. All right, so sorry, I went off on a tangent there, but that's important to understand that technology can be overwhelming. Don't jump into something right away. And I can tell you, I spent hundreds, if not thousands of dollars on technology that I never used So now I go into things very cautiously and try to do my best to understand really how I'm going to use it in my business before I invest in it. So here are the what I like to think the necessities. So I recently just got on board with Kartra. At the time of the recording of this video, I'm not an affiliate. So, but I am trying to be an affiliate with them because it's an amazing platform. Frank Kern is behind it. He is a superstar when it comes to direct response marketing. He's pretty much somebody that I really look at to see where I want to be in a couple of years. And he had his hands in the development of the software. So enough said. I don't have to say anything else about Kartra other than I'm sold, right? Anything where Frank Kern is involved, I'm done. So yes, you do get a 14-day trial. I'm not an affiliate with them yet. However, if at some point I do become an affiliate, I'm waiting on their response. I'll make sure that I include my affiliate link down below so that you guys are aware of. Full transparency here, any or some of these links, not all of them, will actually be linked to my affiliate link. However, I'm not quite sure which ones they are as I'm looking at this list right now, but just be aware of that because I don't want you to come into something without having all of the information. HubSpot is so going back to Kartra, sorry. Kartra is amazing. This is not a Kartra video, but I will quickly tell you guys, for one payment, you pretty much have everything you need to create landing pages, web forms, actual website content, automation sequences, segmentation. You don't even need a CRM if you really use Kartra correctly. You don't even need Aweber if you use Kartra correctly, but Aweber, if you are Kartra after the 14-day trial, I think it's $90 or $89 for their basic plan. It's an investment, but I can tell you it's worth the investment. But however, if that's not something that you can afford after the 14-day trial, go into a system like Aweber. You do get 30 days free with them. They do have amazing automations and segmentations. They are my favorite email marketing solution. A social media distribution platform like Hootsuite, you do get 30 days free trial with those guys, and after that, I think it's $29. I use them for a client. I don't use them for my business. Domain, you don't need the next couple of the domain nor the hosting. Not necessarily. You can really do it in other ways that we'll talk about later on in this video. But I would definitely buy your domain name. You pay $12 for the year. If you know that if you know the name of your business, or if you want to buy your name as the domain, or whatever the case may be, just purchase that domain name because what you can actually do is do redirecting through Kartra and other services. Hosting is about $3 a month with Namecheap. Your business email is going to be about $9 for the year. I'm sorry, this is actually for the year, not the month. With Namecheap again. And then some fancy checkout and upsell pages. To me, this is extremely important if you're going to be selling digital products or services that you can fulfill online. Simply because if you just kind of depend on PayPal, where they can only just do click here to check out and that's it, you're not going to necessarily get the most out of your sales. And there are systems out there, other platforms out there that provide what Pay Kickstart provides, but I haven't seen it at this price point with the integrations and how robust the system is. And also you do get a 14-day free trial with those guys as well. So moving on, you can run your business for about $95 a month when you're ready to take things up a notch. Now, $95 a month didn't include Pay Kickstart, so add another $30 to that. So for about $125 a month, you are in essence already using all of the technology that you're going to need to run your business, your email marketing, your sales, your fulfillment, your landing pages, everything you need for about $125 a month. This is, guys, not only is this just like uber cheap, but these are actual solutions and technologies that top internet marketers are using and top entrepreneurs are using in their businesses as well. So let's go right into how to start your agency with $0. There are actual services you can start to offer that don't cost you a dime. Now, they do cost you your time. I'm not trying to rhyme here, but they do cost you your time. However, when you're in a position where you're just starting out, you're trying to make a name for yourself, you're trying to generate new clients, it's important to understand that you are going to have to really put your head down and just work. The excuse that you have a full-time job, that you work 9 to 5 and you haven't been able to do it, guys, I hate to sound cliche or to sound like Gary Vaynerchuk, but there's a lot of hours between the time that you come home and you go to sleep. So a lot of you may choose to come home and watch TV, or come home and play video games, or come home and just kind of lay around and do nothing. Um, but God forbid, I wish I had the opportunity or the foresight to think about what I could have done had I started my business before being laid off. I would never recommend to you that you wait till you're fired or laid off before you start your business, because as much as it's my story and as much as I'm proud of the fact of what I've done, it's something that I wish had not happened, because it did impact my life tremendously. There are services out there that you can provide to your clients that don't cost you anything, combined with the fact that you don't need a website necessarily to do any of these things. Social media marketing, direct response marketing, SEO, graphic design, email marketing, content creation, and website design. So let's go down these fairly quickly. We're not going to go into too much detail with them, because that's something that we will create content for down the road. If you're great with social media, you don't need any equipment. The most you'll probably need is a scheduling platform like Hootsuite, potentially, to schedule your clients' content. Uh, you may have to look at other systems to help you create video content and such. But to start with, you can create social media marketing content for local businesses that's still very engaging, that still drives the needle in terms of traffic to their website or traffic to their social media page, driving up engagement and brand awareness, without you having to spend money on any other systems other than maybe Hootsuite. However, if you're just a one-man show and you just got one client, guys, you do not need to invest in technology that's not needed at the moment. If you have one social media client paying you $700 to $1,000 a month, don't waste money on or don't invest money just yet on a system like Hootsuite. Although it's only $29, I I I I I actually say do the work yourself so that you can learn really what it takes to get things done, because the day that it comes to when you're growing and you want to bring someone on to come and do these things for you and your clients and schedule the content out, you know exactly what that role looks like. Okay, at least for the first month or two, help you bring some revenue in. Any money that's coming in through your business, don't discount it. $29 a month is significant in order for a new business owner. Okay. Direct response marketing. If you're good with pay-per-click ads, if you've been able to help a friend or a family member drive traffic to their website using pay-per-click advertising through either Facebook or Google, by all means, you don't need anything to run that kind of business other than access to your client's dashboards or your AdWords account. Guys, that's no equipment needed, right? SEO, again, it's a lot of time and effort. That's what that takes. Graphic design, you can offer some limited graphic design that you can combine with your social media marketing using websites like Canva. Canva.com is completely free. I think if you upgrade it to $29 a month, you get some business perks. But to be honest with you, I've been using Canva for about 5 years. I remember paying $12.95 a month for them, and I stopped because I didn't really see what the difference was, other than the fact that you can create some transparent PNG files, and that's great. But as often as I don't need that, it's not worth it. Not worth it to me. Content creation is, again, no cost to you. All it takes for you is your time and effort to sit in front of your laptop and create content for your clients. This can mean blog posts. It could mean website content if somebody's trying to update their website. You don't need to have any equipment for that. All you have to be is good with words and the ability to secure a couple of clients, and you can create ongoing. This can be a really nice recurring solution or recurring service that you offer your client, where you deliver done for you blog posts so that they can post it to their website, and where you can get where you can make an extra, even if it's just a couple of dollars, is if they don't have someone on their end to post the content on their website, on their blog page, and you know how to do that, and you know how to do some SEO in terms of optimizing that actual page, you can upsell your clients, right? Email marketing is another great solution that you don't need any equipment for. As a matter of fact, this is an actual solution where you can actually make additional monies when you recommend that your clients use an email marketing solution that you are an affiliate of, like Aweber, for example. Obviously, integrity comes first when it comes to serving your clients. Don't offer your clients a solution simply because you're making money in the back end of it. Really offer them a solution because you believe in what they're doing. You believe that it's something that will be a good investment for them in the end. Website design. So you may be thinking, well, website design, that's going to cost me a lot of money. Quite honestly, in order for you to set it up for your clients, so yes, for website design, it's at the very least you should have a website. And again, we in my previous slide, that was $12 for the year for you to register your domain, and I think about $3 a month for you to host your website. You can create a website that looks amazing, completely for free, with plugins like the Themify drag and drop builder. However, Themify does offer for about $89 a year, gives you access to all of their themes, all of their plugins, and all of their add-ons. Okay, so for that, it's an amazing price. Definitely. Oxygen is another one that I just recently became aware of, and that's actually one of the ones that I'm going to be using as well. I do currently use Themify for some clients. I don't do a lot of website design, but when I do, is usually with Themify, but I do like the way Oxygen looks, so I'm going to be adding them. Now, there's nothing wrong with you having both. And Oxygen, I believe, is $89 or $99 for the year as well. The last one is how I got started, was with consulting. So as a consultant, you really just have to have a really good in-depth understanding about your niche, your audience, their business. This is good if you're going to be, this is ideal or important if you want to get involved in a specific niche. So if you're going to get involved in a specific niche, consulting can be profitable for you because these are usually high ticket. These are going to be, at the very least four-figure services. So at the very least $1,000 a month when you're just starting out. I think the lowest I ever offered consulting services for is $1,700. The highest was about $5,700 a month. It really just depends on how long have you been in the game, right? So what kind of reputation do you have? What kind of authority do you have in positioning? And we're going to get into that later. And B, what does the client need, right? Consulting is kind of tricky to price out and create pricing models for. But as a consultant, you can make, a very nice living without putting in, not putting in too much work, but putting in too many hours. Okay. All right. So that's that. And, just don't overthink it. You just get started. Go start where you can. If you can only start with social media marketing, guys, then just start with social media marketing. Or if you can only afford to do email marketing because you don't feel confident that you can do social media, send out your clients, send your prospect an email and start talking to them about how, you can help them build, email marketing campaigns that will help them generate more leads or convert their existing clients or upsell their existing clients. There's absolutely nothing wrong with just offering one solution. You can be the email marketing pro. That could be all you do, and you can become known for building email marketing campaigns that help your clients make more money. So there's nothing wrong with that. Or you can just strictly be a consultant. When I first started, I was a consultant. I didn't offer anything other than my consulting services, my advice, my guidance, my coaching. Everything else was out of my client's pocket. And sometimes that can be a little bit of a setback for you as a consultant because your clients may hesitate a little bit, understanding that they're going to have to pay you something substantial, but that they're also going to have to invest in other services for their business. So one thing to think about, and this is not this kind of video, we will create that down the line, but one thing to think about when creating consulting packages is, to include costs for providing additional services. So you can source that out and see if you're going to have to bring on, an account manager to help you or somebody to help you or outsource or whatever your model will be. Include that in your pricing model so that when you propose it to your client, you already know, that you already have to, provide that service. So you're already prepared when it comes to your pricing. All right. You do not need a full service agency to get started. Like I said, if you want to become the email marketing pro, go for it. If all you want to be is a consultant and you want to help businesses do X, Y, Z, that's all you need to do. You just start where you are and build from there. As you gain more experience and as you understand your customers' needs, your landscape, your industry, your niche, you will grow your business. Lack of money does put you at a disadvantage because you should invest in your education, but it's not impossible at all. Like I said, I started with $120, and looking back, I probably didn't even need to spend that. because I was able to generate my first couple of clients without them ever even visiting my website. So, or asking me what the name of my company was. So, it's something that you can do for nothing today, for $0. So next, let's get into getting started and being new to the space, and you have a brand new business. Um, how to build authority and how to position yourself, right? Because that's going to be very important. If nobody knows who you are, then, or nobody knows about you, or why should they hire you, then that's never going to create any type of synergy. It's not gonna ever build any type of momentum. So as I said earlier, you don't need a website to start your business. But there are three channels that you want to dominate today. Three communication channels. Number one, and I place LinkedIn number one because to this very day, LinkedIn is still my top client generating platform. I want to say to you that about 90% of the clients that I have today are because of LinkedIn. And I could probably say even 95. Off the top of my head, I can't. I'm trying to think through I'm going to go through and trying to think. And I want to say that about 90 to 95% of my clients came through LinkedIn. And it was through positioning that I was able to do that. YouTube today is, I believe, the top two search engine in the world, combined with Google, and Google owns YouTube. So you could imagine they have a pretty big chunk of your real estate, of your audience's real estate online. So it's extremely important that you are present on YouTube. Additionally, it's extremely important that you're active with email marketing in terms of sequences and automations. So let me see if, let's get into lead generation and nurturing. So for LinkedIn, one of the first things that I did when I started my business was actually, I wasn't shy about it. I went ahead and updated my profile to show that I was no longer working for my company, and I put on there that I was a marketing consultant. And whenever you update your LinkedIn profile, it will create, I guess, almost like a newsfeed item for your audience to actually see that you changed your position, that you've added a new job, whatever the case may be. There's an announcement that goes out. So I did that, and that automatically generated tons of interest. People started to message me, "Hey, Eva, what are you doing? I saw that you're no longer with XYZ company. I'd love to jump on a phone call with you to learn more about what you're doing." A lot of those calls ended up being people trying to sell me their services. So be careful with that, because there's a lot of people out there that are just trying to get you in front of them. Meet you for coffee at Starbucks or whatnot, simply so that they can sell you their services, or simply so that they can try to hire you to be, an employee almost for them. And I realized that early on when I first started my agency. I went to, I was very, very bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. I was very excited about the fact that, hey, I'm doing this. I'm an entrepreneur. I don't have a clock anymore that I need to abide by. Anytime anyone invited me to meet them at Starbucks to talk about what I did, oh my God, I wanted to shout it from the mountaintop. So of course, anytime anyone ever wanted me to tell them what I did at a coffee shop or at a restaurant or whatnot, I jumped at the opportunity because I wanted everyone to know. Looking back, 100% of those meetings were completely unnecessary. I don't think I closed business in any of those meetings. I closed more business through actually speaking to people through LinkedIn and then taking them to a phone call and then meeting them if it was even necessary. But I closed a client that to date has generated me close to six figures, all without ever meeting them. Everything was done via LinkedIn, and then through LinkedIn we jumped on a phone call, and then I sent them a proposal. They signed, they paid, then I met them. So I've been able to close business through LinkedIn without ever having to meet anyone. Creating content and distributing your content is extremely important. So aside from actively prospecting people and connecting with people through LinkedIn, it's extremely important that you create content that's going to position you as an expert, position you as an authority. And I did this a lot. I don't do this as much lately, just simply because I've been busy with the client facing side of my business. But I did this. I was very heavy on content creation in the beginning. It's very important that you do that. You need to, like a peacock, and you need to flaunt what you know. And that's extremely important in the beginning. You need to be loud in the digital space. Be very loud about who you are and what you do and why you're the expert and why they should hire you without pitching people, okay? So please, by all means, don't pitch people on any of your social media profiles. There's a time and a place for it. Of course, you want to pitch, but please don't come off the bat saying, hey guys, I started my new marketing agency. I want to sell you this. Just be very tasteful about it. Just start to create content. Show people. I can't tell you how many times I've created a piece of content on LinkedIn and published it on LinkedIn Pulse that actually generated me tons of interest. People messaging me saying, oh, hey, Eva, I remember that I talked to you a couple of months ago. I know that I hadn't replied back to you, but I have some time to talk to you this week, and I really need you to help me with something. I'm ready to get started. Recently, I just closed another client that pays a substantial retainer for consulting services, and he was somebody that I haven't spoken to in maybe 4 years. And out of the blue, because I posted something new, or because he saw something that triggered his memory, or because something that triggered him to call me or reach out to me, he did. And he said, I need someone yesterday. Again, this has all been through LinkedIn. YouTube is another great way for you to position yourself as an authority by creating content such as this one, by sharing how-tos, by helping people really answer their questions give them answers to their burning questions or their burning issues, okay? All of these things lead to one place. They lead to either an opt-in page where you can generate a lead, or they link to another call to action, whether that's, email me down below, or reply with your email address, and let's schedule a consultation, let's schedule a free strategy call. I did tons of strategy calls when I first started. I would sit on a call with a client with a prospect for nearly 45 minutes. Okay, now today I won't necessarily do that. I've gotten a lot better at identifying who my ideal audience or who my ideal client is, and I no longer waste my time with tire kickers. And that's not to sound rude, but there are a lot of people out there that are just looking to talk to you, and at the end of the day, they never really do anything about it. And what I do is I try to limit whenever I do identify a potential lead, a potential client that doesn't necessarily check off all the boxes on who that ideal client is for me. I will try to keep them limited to just email and phone call communication, simply because and limit that communication as well. So I'm not, you need to value your time. I know in the beginning you have the time, but you also need to invest the time where the time needs to be invested, and that is positioning yourself and really going after hot leads. So one of the best things to do is be really clear on who your client is, create that client avatar, and go after those people and only talk to those people. So list building. Create an easy, powerful lead magnet. And these things can, nowadays, a lead magnet can be created. You can hire somebody through a service like Fiverr, and they can create a lead magnet for you, whether it's an ebook or whether it's, putting together a video course for you, or whatever the case may be. You can even create, a download, an audio download, or create, gated content that people need passwords to get, right? Create a landing page for that lead magnet, and create an email sequence for that lead magnet. Now, this is something that for me personally, for my niche specifically, this is not something that I do full on 100%. If you're in a service, if you're in an industry where you can easily communicate with your prospects, then by all means, this is something that you should do. I work in a landscape where it's a lot of me actually having to identify that prospect and that potential client. So it's different for me. I am trying to automate that a little bit on my actual marketing agency side of things for my niche agency. So I am trying to kind of put that in a pretty little bow, clean that avatar up a lot more. I've been doing this for 5 years, guys, and my avatar always changes. So it's very important to be aware of that, because as you become aware of the fact that, hey, I don't want to work with that kind of client anymore, you make tweaks to your overall lead generation strategies and marketing strategies. Okay, so that was pretty much the end of this tutorial video, of this training video. I do hope you guys got some value from this. I know it's hard. It's a lot of work, but if you love what you do, again, another cliche, you'll never work a day in your life. And when you know that you have the freedom to run your day the way that you want to run your day, there is power in that. And that should be the driving force that motivates you to wake up every morning to serve your clients or to go out there and keep hustling trying to get your first client. It's not going to be easy. There's going to be a lot of ups and downs, and we're going to create a lot of content around all of these things. And so I want you guys to stay tuned because it's not easy to be an entrepreneur. And if you've never owned a business in your life, if you've never had entrepreneurs around you, if you don't come from a family of business owners, if you don't have friends that are business owners, this is a culture shock. And you're going to fall a lot of times before you finally get it right. But it's very rewarding at the end of that. So, guys, I want you to subscribe to this channel if you got some value. I would love to have you as a sub to this channel. I am going to be posting a lot of content in the next coming days, and hopefully it is stuff that you find powerful, that you find valuable, and that you can use to help you in your business. All right, guys, you have a great day, and hopefully we will be back here soon.